Once again, the Arizona Coyotes took full advantage of all that cap space they have. First, it was the trade on draft day when they took on Pavel Datsyuk's final year of his contract to move up 4 spots in the draft. And this time, they take on the terrible contract of Dave Bolland to acquire a top prospect, Lawson Crouse. Going back to Florida is the Arizona Coyotes' 2nd and 3rd round pick in next year's NHL draft. Now, my first reaction to this trade was that Arizona clearly won it, and looking back on it now, I still think they clearly won it. Because let's be honest, Lawson Crouse is definitely worth more than a 2nd and 3rd round pick. But the Coyotes got Lawson Crouse for way less value than they should have because they agreed to take on Dave Bolland's contract, which has 3 more years left on it with a cap hit of $5.5 million. Notice, you didn't do a lot of good things as the GM of the Maple Leafs, but not giving Dave Bolland the money he was wanting was definitely one of them. Now, I'm not going to dive too much into the players in this deal because it's pretty straightforward. You're getting an overpriced player and a top prospect. In return, you're trading away a 2nd and a 3rd round draft pick. I mean, there's nothing much else to it. What I do want to talk about quickly is how much I love the fact that the NHL has a salary cap and I wish baseball did. Right now, if the NHL did not have a salary cap, the Leafs, the Canadiens, the Chicago Blackhawks, the New York Rangers, teams like that with a lot of money, they would never miss the playoffs. The Leafs have so much money, they could have given Matt Martin 4 years at $12 million a season for all they care. They have the money. But the league does have a salary cap, and that helps out the bottom feeders because the bottom feeders don't stay bottom feeders for that long. Imagine the NHL in like 5 years. The top 4 teams in the NHL could easily be, in no particular order, the Buffalo Sabres, the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Edmonton Oilers, and the Arizona Coyotes. Can you imagine that? Now let's look at a league that doesn't have a salary cap like Major League Baseball. The Boston Red Sox signed a pitcher last offseason by the name of David Price to a 7-year contract that will pay him an average annual salary of $31 million per season. There's 164 games in an MLB season. A pitcher usually starts 1 every 5 games. That means if David Price is healthy for the entire season and plays every 5 days, he's going to play about roughly 32 to 33 games a season. Meaning for every single start David Price makes in a full healthy season, he's getting paid just under $1 million. Every start, just under $1 million. Now, an average start for a starting pitcher in baseball is maybe 6 or 7 innings if you have a good game. About maybe 100 pitches, which means roughly, of course, every single time David Price throws the ball to the batter 100 times, he gets paid just under $1 million. He's making thousands of dollars for every pitch. 1 pitch. He's making a couple thousand. Holy crap, I can't even talk right now. This isn't fair. There's also a player on the Washington Nationals who's set to become a free agent in a few years, and the rumor is the New York Yankees are going to pay him $40 million a season. There's a point where this has all gone too far. But in the NHL, the big budget teams don't dominate because of their big budget. Well, I mean, that's not entirely true. The Maple Leafs are paying Mike Babcock $8 million a season to coach this team because management doesn't count against the salary cap. I know this is a hockey page and I ranted off about baseball for some reason, but I'm trying to get across the point that this trade was a salary cap trade and Arizona took full advantage of it. It being that they have way more salary cap space than they know what to do with. Florida is in it to win right now, which is why they gave away some of their future, and Arizona is in it to win in like 3 or 4 years, and Lawson Crouse is going to help them do that. Also, as you guys probably already know, a few weeks ago, Patrick Waugh quit on the Colorado Avalanche. He quit. He didn't resign. I hate that word resign. No, he didn't resign. He quit. Resign is just a nicer way to say he quit. He quit because the team wasn't being managed the way he would have wanted them to be, leaving the Colorado Avalanche with 1 month until training camp without a coach, but they have found his replacement. Jared Bednar was most recently the coach of the Columbus Blue Jackets AHL team who just won a Calder Cup. He signed a 3-year deal to be the new coach of the Colorado Avalanche, and let's hope his AHL success transfers to the NHL. After doing a little bit of research on him today, he seems to be a coach that's a lot better at the puck possession game than Patrick Waugh ever was. Because, yeah, Colorado's puck possession numbers the past few seasons have not been good. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching this video. Please like the video. Please subscribe to my channel. It would mean so much to me. Please like my page on Facebook. It's all about hockey. It's called The Hockey Gods, and the link to that is down below. And please, email me any questions, or if you have any comments on the Arizona and Florida trade, or about Jared Bednar becoming the new coach of the Colorado Avalanche, please email me at theshanaclan19@gmail.com, and I'll see you guys back when I make another video. Oh yeah, and one more thing. Cindy Crosby is going to captain Team Canada at the upcoming World Cup of Hockey, and Phil Kessel still not on Team USA.